Welcome to another episode of the Fan Zone podcast, your home for all things Bolton Wanderers, up the Trotters, the Northwest's #1 podcast.
Hello all. Just before we start, I'm having serious Wi-Fi issues. Cole, if I end up cutting out, just take over. Welcome to episode 93 of the preview show. It is another double header. It's a busy couple of days ahead of us, and I am joined this evening in the Wigan Athletic Corner by Corey. Welcome, Corey.
Hi, how you doing? You all right?
Behind enemy lines. And then obviously we've got the lovely Colin. Hello, Colin. How are you? Oh.
I can't hear you.
Mute you. I'll unmute you. You're on mute, Cole.
Oh.
Well, I'm getting a message here saying the host has muted me. So, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm really well, thank you, and thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm going to be really good tonight. I know I've spent a couple of days trying to wind you up and get a few bites in the group chat, so I'm going to be really nice and lovely tonight. I'm feeling that way.
You wouldn't think Colin would wind people up in a group chat, would you? He doesn't strike us as that type. Anyway,
none of you are exempt. None of you are exempt from my wind up. None of you.
We'll get the proceedings ahead because we have got a busy show. We've got Matt Farley.
Josh is a member. Way. Give him a shout. I don't know why I did that.
We got a new member. Oh, thanks, Josh.
Superstar.
We love a bit of new membership. Right, let's get going with our season so far. So I reckon, for Corey's benefit, Colin, let's give him a whistle-top tour of the shit show that is currently Bolton Wanderers.
Yeah, we're not that podcast that tends to swear, but I can totally appreciate why Anne's dropped the essay then, just very quickly, Corey. Yeah, we've been a little bit indifferent, I think it's fair to say, this past 5 games. Obviously, dropping points where we shouldn't do. Obviously, losing games where we certainly shouldn't do. And the performances have been a little bit skew with, shall we say, for quite some time now. We started the season pretty well, obviously, kind of flying high, really, and you know that kind of fell into play when we played you guys early on this season as well. But the season's been pretty indifferent, to be honest with you, performance-wise. We've been grinding out results up until recently, but yeah, really, really poor this past kind of, I'd say 5 weeks, really, 5-6 weeks. So we're a little bit tentative going into Saturday, I think. Few issues around, well, goalkeeper is a bit of a concern. We've got
no idea what
there's fingers being pointed left, right, and centre. There's questions being asked. There's rumours flying around about X, Y, and Z. A lot of it is fans panicking for obvious reasons because we're kind of dropping like a bit of a stone at the moment, and there's really no kind of sign to see whether that's going to improve or not. But as we'll get into shortly, playing a local game, derby, loosely.
As much as it kills
me to say it. obviously that there's no better game really to kind of go into when your form isn't great, because it does go out the window, as the proverbial kind of saying goes. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think if I were a Wigan Athletic fan going into the weekend, I'd be quite confident getting something, put it that way.
I agree. Corey, tell us about what's been happening.
Here's why I'm not quietly confident at all. To be honest, I was, coming into this season off the back of, what we've done to you in years gone by, I was confident for the first game, and then I got an absolute humbling. So I think someone said before I look smug. Trust me, I'm anything but going into this game, because after being on the receiving end of what you lot have received for the last few years, I am not looking forward to this game at all. This season for us has been similar, really, ups and downs. Ryan Lowe's first full season. Full season. We've not finished the season, obviously, but it's his first transfer windows mainly with the club. And I think, again, we've seen parts of recruitment that have been flawed, in my opinion. I think that's led to some issues in front of goal, which is a similar issue to what we had last year. But Joe Taylor's obviously come through the door now. We've rectified that by sending Paul Mullin back to Hollywood and bringing in Joe Taylor. So I'm hoping that can look to improve. I think, if I was to be honest, would I have liked to have had at least one more body through the door before this Bolton game? Yeah, I would have done, because I think I was talking to a friend earlier that's a Bolton friend loosely, and he was saying about you having similar issues in it defensively in particular, and I'm starting to feel like this game could be a game where it's just going to end up being who outscores who, and if we get into that battle and we do go blow for blow and it ends up being that way, I don't fancy our chances.
Oh, Corey, we can't score, so that's probably not.
But neither can we. This is the problem. But I've been told that I've been told that your problems are like defensively, and I saw the goal that you conceded to Port Vale, and that is, that is our goal to concede.
I'm not so sure. Like, who's obviously passed you that information on, or like you say, it's a friend of yours, but
he's trying to make you feel better, because that ain't our defensive back line.
Yeah, obviously we consider some really poor goals against Peterborough, Corey. That kind of goes without saying. But as a season as a whole, I think we're like kind of third or fourth least goals conceded in the league. So yes, this past few games has been terrible. Yes, the form's on the floor, and yes, morale clearly is on the floor. But I think as a defensive structure, I think that's one thing that we've actually been all right at, to be fair, this season. Maybe we've probably not scored as many goals as we should have done, which is the reason why we've not kind of pushed on into that kind of top two spots. So, the form was at the moment conceding crap goals. We're poor at the moment, so there's relevance to that. But at the same time, we have been pretty good defensively over the course of the season itself.
I mean, attacking, like I can't get my head around. So, are you saying that you've got problems in front of goal? Is that a current?
Yeah. I think confidence is really low. I think Mason Burstow hasn't scored for a very, very long time. That's a big issue.
Force hasn't scored since Wigan.
Well, this is what I was going to say, is that when I look at your squad on paper and I'm looking at Force and Burstow and Gale and Cozy Dewberry, I'm really surprised that it is that way.
Yeah.
There's a serious lack of confidence going on, like Colin said.
I think confidence issue, Corey, but I think Schumacher, and understandably so, has tried to protect his squad in terms of rotation, because we've been very lucky that we've not had many injuries. But I think that has had a detrimental effect on the players in terms of not having enough run of games to actually, impact games. Marcus Force is a prime example of that. He's a really, really good attacker at this level, but doesn't play enough. He's not, and when he has played, he's not really made that position his own either. Swapping and changing between Burstow and obviously Sam Dalby as well doesn't help, because obviously it's a striker. You want to be playing week in, week out, don't you, and whatnot. And they've been chopping and changing probably a little bit too much for our liking, I think. That's a contributing factor, I think, Corey, if I'm honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I mean, it's safe to say, and I don't think either set of fans are particularly confident about going into Saturday, but we can't both lose. So there is always that.
We can draw, though, can't we?
We can draw, but it's not lose. It's not lost.
I'll shake your hand on it.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get for the odd goal to be like a goal draw rather than a no-score draw. Anyway, let's see what the Statman has to say about proceedings, shall we?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Get Stats On with the Statman, and today we're of course going to preview the derby against Wigan this weekend. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, it's not been great of late, has it? And not been great is possibly the nicest description anyone has ever used, because it has been pretty shocking, hasn't it? But let's go back to the last game against Wigan, shall we? In the league, at the tough sheet. It was a blooming quality game. Probably the last actually good performance. But we'll digress. Because let's get up for it. It could be a decent game. Could also be the end of Schumacher and him getting sacked and a complete embarrassment for every Bolton fan ever. But let's not worry about that, shall we? Let's have a look at how Wigan play. So, usually it's a back three system. Looking a bit like a 3-4-2-1 over the course of 90 minutes. Sounding a bit like Ian Evatt, Ruben Amorim, Antonio Conte, so that doesn't really tell you anything, does it? The front three tends to play quite narrow, so the wide forwards, if you will, don't play wide. They play in the half space. So you have striker here, winger. They're not wingers, but you get the point. The wing backs then, they tend to get forward and provide the width when Wigan have the ball. Do they have the ball that much, Statman? Not really. On average, they average 43% possession, which is the second lowest in League One. So expect a lot of transition moments, a lot of counter-attacks. Or they could use a bit of a slow-fast approach, and I would expect this on occasion. And in simple terms, that just means when you're not pressing, key detail, when you're not pressing, they'll play it around from centre-half, wing-back, straight back over, maybe with a midfielder or the goalkeeper involved too. But from the moment you press, they're going to look to bounce it and go straight away. Really quick. And if you mess that up, then you're in a bit of trouble, because it could easily turn into a 5 against 4, 6 against 5 type thing. So that's one to watch out for. When the wing-backs do actually get forward, they quite like a cross into the box. Now, it isn't always the wing-backs to put the cross in, but Wigan just like crosses in general, to be fair. They are 7th in the league for accurate crosses this season, so it's not just that they do him a lot, they are actually pretty good at him. Defensively then, if I was a Bolton fan, I'd be tuning off right about now. No, I'm only joking. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. Yeah, but this is not going to be easy to hear. So Wigan have the third lowest expected goals conceded with just 25 goals, and they've only conceded 27. So they're pretty good defensively, and it doesn't come from a brilliant high press either, because they are only 22nd in League One for possession won in the final third. So how are they so good, Statman? Well, they're 5th for tackles and 8th for interceptions. That's a very solid mid or low block, which is of course not good news for you, because you struggle to break that down. However, if we go back to the game at the start of the season, you'd imagine they've learned, but still, you invited them on, hit them on the break, and battered him. It's an option. So, yeah. It doesn't sound great, does it? But I'm here to give you a bit of motivation. Because, was it supposed to be an easy game at the start of the season? No, it wasn't. Should it ever be an easy game against your rivals? No, it shouldn't. Is a derby a great leveller? Yes. Here is your motivation, Bolton players, Bolton squad. Get up for the game. Right. I've written this down, so let's crack on, shall we? Go out on the pitch and play for those in the away section. Play for the fans who haven't booed you. Play for the fans who are still sticking by you and supporting you, even though they've got absolutely no reason to. Because let's be honest, it has been shocking. And for the ones who have booed you, go prove them wrong. Go prove them wrong, for the love of God. You are good footballers who get paid good money, living people's dreams, and you're going out there week after week playing like absolute rubbish. Prove them wrong, go win the game. Come on, let's get up for it. And if that doesn't get you up for it, I don't know what will, so just don't bother. Go in. But yeah, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the show, and I'm sure I'll see you incredibly soon for another Statman video a little bit later. Goodbye.
I mean,
That's brilliant.
It all, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
For a non-Bolton supporting fella, he's very passionate about that
Even I'm
pre-match.
up for it.
I think he's been practicing, hasn't he, in the front of the mirror?
Oh yeah, 100%. Too much
Definitely.
Football Manager, that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I reckon
what he says, he's normally pretty bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's about time we give him a bit of credit for that as well, isn't it? Because I think when he calls kind of tactical changes out kind of a week or two in advance, and then they tend to come to fruition, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is rather interesting.
He knows his onions, does Callum.
But yeah. Before we go any further, and obviously this isn't really relevant to Corey or the Wigan preview, but news has just brought that Josh Deckers-Cogley has left the club and gone to Stockport County. I just want to pay Josh Deckers-Cogley quite a little bit of respect and kudos, actually, because I think over the time that he's been with us, yes, he hasn't always been the best footballer the world has ever seen, nor Bolton Wanderers have ever seen for that matter, but he's always given 110%. He's often a steady kind of 6 or 7 out of 10, and never going to be anything lower or anything above. I think there's a reason why a fellow playoff contender has or promotion contender has gone for his signature and secured his services at Stockport County. So I'd like to wish him every bit of luck moving forward and thank him for his service and time whilst playing for us. And I think he got a lot of unnecessary flack over the years that he was with us. So sorry, just to kind of carbush the Statman section, but I thought it was necessary to call that out, really.
I thought we were going to go into a Matthew Perry montage type.
No, definitely not. No, but I just think people have been a little bit harsh on him. Listen, I've seen a lot better footballers play for Bolton Wanderers than a lot of Bolton Wanderers fans, and I think people seem to forget that we are actually obviously in League One. And I know he was never a wonderful footballer, but he always give it his all, and that's kind of the minimum we expect as football fans, right? I
think Radix sums it up there. Rarely injured, proper workhorse, but a bit meh. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes you have to give. Yes, so he's been a good servant. Put it that way. So
good luck, Josh.
Good luck indeed. Yeah.
Right, let's move on, and we'll do an injury update. So, Corey, who do you have unavailable for the match on Saturday?
All being well, touch wood, if there's nothing we don't know about, we're pretty all right. Jason Kerr, captain, obviously, is got a pretty messed up knee, so he won't be there. Rabber Adiko, I think, is still nursing a hamstring problem, so he won't be there. So, other than being forced into playing, your best mate Williamson, we're pretty all right. I would like to think, again, barring any issues that we don't know about, which, I wouldn't be surprised because you're not going to reveal that the week of Derby Day. Joe Taylor's going to go straight into the squad. Ryan Lowe's already said he'll 100% feature in the game, whether that's off the bench or starting. I don't quite know. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts him, to be honest. But, yeah, other than Babaradiko and Jason Kerr, off the top of my head, I think we're pretty all right.
I think we're similar, aren't we, Cole? We've not really got much.
Yeah. Not too many injuries. No, I think obviously Sissoko, I think was supposedly rumoured injured before the last game, and again in the stupid Pizza Car Cup, which he didn't obviously feature in any of the squad. Taylor was supposedly injured when he pulled up for that horrendous bit of football that he managed to serve out the defensive duties on.
I was injured. I promise I was injured. How many went?
I mean, listen, I think, when you're an amateur playing football and you pull up or you're in a position that you're not happy with, just boot the ball out, don't you? There's an old saying in there, if in doubt, kick it out. And if you were that injured, you just boot it out, wouldn't you? But I think that's a load of rubbish, really. But I think other than them two, I don't think we've got a great deal of injury concerns. Obviously, we've lost a couple of players and brought a couple in, so we'll have to wait and see what
Well,
happens on that front.
We've lost a couple of players, a couple of outfield players, a couple of goalkeepers. Brought 2 goalkeepers in. So,
yeah.
What's going on there?
Well,
I've seen this on Twitter, and I was like, when you got rid of Sharman Lowe and brought someone in, I thought, yeah, okay, fine, I can see that. And then when you got rid of the backup for another backup, I thought, what?
I don't think we got rid of Tyler. I think he wanted to go home. He wanted to go back to America.
I think there's a family situation there with Tyler Miller, weren't there? I think I wouldn't have thought he wanted to go, because I think he's been kind of saying for a while that he's wanted to give England a crack, and it's been his dream since he was a kid and all that. And how proud he is to be, I think, the third or fourth American to represent us and all that type of comments. And yeah, I think he's like he's got his family situation to deal with, I think. So fair play.
But yeah, it's totally uncharted territory. We've got no idea what is in between the sticks on Saturday.
No, it's good.
Neither of them have played since like 2024 or something.
Yeah, I think Jack Bonham's, or Bonham's, however you pronounce his surname, the last game he played was a 0-0 draw in the Carabao Cup against Walsall. He kept a clean sheet, and statistically, he actually played pretty well. But that was on the 12th of August of last year. So, right at the beginning of the season, clearly.
Right. Well, while we're talking about us not really having many players, should we do a player swap? So, Corey, I don't know if you did this last time you were on, but we do ask you to choose one of the Bolton squad to take to Wigan and call your own. So, anyone you in particular you would like?
I picked Kuzi Dubry last time. I won't do the same again because that's boring. I will go for...
Try and remove form from the equation, I think is probably fair to say.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've only just seen all this like Schumacher out and all this like goalkeeper movement and everything as of like the last couple of days. So I don't really know who's been performing and who hasn't, other than what I saw last Derby Day, which is what I'm going to go off. I'll pick the other man on the wing that ripped us apart that day. I'll go Thierry Gale.
Fair. Yeah. Colin, who would you like for the tips?
You can't take Joe Taylor already, please.
No. To be honest with you, I think Joe Taylor is... Oh, God, I don't want to upset people and run Wigan. Well, I do like running Wigan fans up the wrong way, actually. I'll say it anyway. I think that Joe Taylor...
You're not jinx anything, Colin.
Be so careful.
I'm going to call it as a prediction in many respects, not only for this game, but for the rest of the season. I think Joe Taylor benefits being at a smaller club, being the main man.
Yeah.
I.e. when he was at Lincoln, and obviously at Huddersfield comes additional pressure. Obviously spent a lot of money on him, big wages.
One of 3 or 4 strikes.
When he's at Wigan, you know, with all due respect, you know, the mid-table, the pressure isn't quite as much as it would be if he was at Huddersfield or someone like ourselves. So yeah, I think that's fair. I think he'll do very well for you, to be honest. Just hope it doesn't start on Saturday.
Are you taking Colin? Are you a player?
No, it's blatantly obvious. Sam Tickle all day of the week and twice on Sunday.
One Tickle boy.
The ideal situation for me would be to have these lads for the rest of the season. Somehow manage to get promoted, go up, Wigan stay down, and we buy Sam Tickle off Wigan for 1.5 million, 2 million, something like that. That'd do me.
Stuff a dream.
That'd be the ideal situation for me. And then he can do his silly little jump all the way down the through Aspel and onto the Reebok that he does.
I don't think that would, I'm not even going to.
You never know.
There's a fair few.
For 2 million quid, certainly not.
Maybe the figure is out, but, you know, he considers himself a championship goalkeeper. I think he'd probably play there one day, so why not with us?
You never know. Never say never. Players normally go the other way. Players normally go the other way, but you never know.
I don't see that.
What have we got left? Ooh, It's your time for your predictions. What's the score? You didn't like my tuneful.
I wasn't that. I was a bit perplexed as to why you didn't get involved in the player swap, Ange, to be fair.
Oh, I did.
Did you? Sorry, I misheard you. My apologies. Sorry.
Yeah. Tickle every day of the week.
Of course.
So it's that time, the time which I will not be participating in this section. As you know, Colin, I do not make predictions. And for this one, absolutely not. Who wants to go first? I'll leave it to you.
Well, I'll let Corey have a little think, because I just want to bring to the attention of people who aren't on X my predictions at the start of the season. So really, I shouldn't be doing any predictions whatsoever. Because as I highlighted to you all yesterday on X, I predicted that Teddy Sharman-Lowe would be our player of the season, John McAtee would be our top goal scorer, and we would get promoted as Owen Toll as the captain and leader of us to do so. So yeah, that I should probably stay away from predictions myself.
I'm pretty sure you thought Richard Taylor was brilliant from what you've seen as well.
Also predicted that Richard Taylor would do well. That's very much correct. I tried to forget that really well.
You're an absolute
terrible. Terrible. But if you can't laugh at yourself, exactly. You should always be able to laugh at yourself, shouldn't you?
You should. Go on.
Speaking
of
which, I'll go first. Yeah. And we can laugh again, because I reckon we're going to win, and I reckon it'll be a replica of last season, and I think it'll be 1-0 again.
A cheeky, a last gasp. Do you think it's going to be a Limbs-esque 1-0?
I think it'll be a goal with like maybe 10, 15 minutes to go, and we somehow managed to defend, and the keeper makes a world class save at the end and keeps it as 1-0. And then I'll wake up and eat my cornflakes.
Yeah, maybe. I'll
go 1-0.
Corey?
I can't wait for this goalkeeper, whoever it may be, to drop one in their own goal in the 90th minute now.
Yeah.
I'm quite the opposite, not to jinx myself here, even though I'm going to do it. I've been all right with predictions this season. I thought I said Fraser Murray would be our player of the season. He's certainly up there. I said Paul Mullin would be sent back in January, and he's not with us. I'll go... Oh, God. I'll go with what I want to happen more than anything, and that's 1-1 late on. Joe Taylor off the bench, 2-1.
That's a fair prediction. Yeah, I can see that.
Let's see what we've got in the chat. Is it looking positive or not? 1-1. Wigan 1, Bolton 2. Wigan 2, Bolton 0. Bolton lose. Bolton 0, 0-0. Oh, they're a positive bunch this evening.
What I will say is that I've been sort of, testing the temperature as you do before Derby Day and on Twitter and things like the week of, is that I've seen a lot of people that have sort of dropped heads a little bit. Now, if there's one man that doesn't want to encourage you, it's me. I do not want to spark some like Bolton revival, like, yes, let's go and have them. But this is similar issues to what have sort of undone you before, in my opinion, in that, like, when you do turn up and say concede one goal, and I can feel it from whether it be the away end in the 4-0s or the home end when we beat you completely against the run of play and didn't deserve it with Stephen Humphreys, is that when we do score first, I feel it as a Wigan fan, the collective of Bolton just completely, from players to coaches to fans, just drop. And I don't think that helps at all. And I'm seeing a lot of it coming into this game, which, considering last time out you absolutely battered us, I'm got to say it is surprising.
Yeah, I think if this was before Christmas and before, or certainly maybe 4 weeks ago, you wouldn't have seen a collective. You'd probably see a lot of Bolton fans going into this confident, given the performance we put in against you last time. I think it's just purely based on form, Corey, which is kind of totally understandable, really, to be fair. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the players do struggle with the fans' expectation anyway, and especially in a game where obviously it's a little bit more on the line, shall we say, then that it's magnified even more, in it. So yeah, I can certainly see why you'd feel that. But But yeah,
I mean, I know that happens, but the kind of opposite happened at Huddersfield, didn't it? Where I think when we were behind, we did kind of get them, we did motivate them a bit more.
Yeah, no, I agree. But for a lot of Bolton fans, this is a bigger game than Huddersfield, isn't it? And therefore, meaning that it means more to them. So how do they react?
Yeah,
you know
I
think context is key as well. Like off the back of the 2 4-0s, like it is natural for like when the first goes in, and if it goes in early as well, that you all just go, just not again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you might not have that as much with Huddersfield.
And I do worry that the confidence isn't up there at the minute, and heads potentially would.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If we, and I'll get clipped here when it happens and we get battered 4-1 again, but if we score the first goal, I really fancy us to go on and win the game.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, to be fair. But to caveat that, and to caveat all of Bolton fans' feelings at the moment, Stephen Schumacher, since he's been in charge of us, and literally just 12 months, which is nothing, and it's crazy to suggest that people are saying sack him just after 12 months.
I've seen the exact same thing.
I mean, everyone's entitled to opinion, but it's mental, if you ask me. But he's very good in big games, or he has been very good in big games.
Yeah.
And he's proven that in a very, very short period of time. So that's something to hang on to as a Bolton fan going into this.
And it's not just the Bolton Wigan thing; it's the Lowe Schumacher thing as well. It's like a double whammy of heads to heads, isn't it?
This is why I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, he did well. The FA Cup match at Preston, he managed to pull that one out of the bag. I mean, Preston were dire, weren't they? But
I think a big part of the 4-1 earlier on this season was the fact that we were trying to play out the back with Williamson and Steven Sessegnon in a back three, and like I think the lack of James Carragher on that day absolutely killed us, especially when your best players are your wide players. And I think we maybe tried a bit too hard to go, no, we're going to stand up for ourselves here and we're just going to play our way and go at them. And when you play wingers as wing-backs and Steven Sessegnon as your wide centre-half, you're going to get undone by Thierry Gale as we did on the day.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've got Mr. Farley's waiting in the lobby. So it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, likewise. Cheers,
and we may see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, good lad. Cheers, Corey. Appreciate your time, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.
See you soon.
Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
It's everybody's favourite podcaster.
Oh, stop it, you lot. By the way, I'm absolutely buzzing to be back on here, you know. I'm honestly buzzing. I'm buzzing to be back.
Why doesn't that surprise me, Matt? Why doesn't that surprise me?
You know what? When the fixtures come out, right, I was saying this to who was on with last week or a couple of weeks ago. I was on another podcast and I was saying the same thing. Do you know what's great, right? When our fixtures come out, I also think when the fixtures come out, I'm going to be hopping on that pod and that pod. And I always look out for Bolton now, not just because it's a big match, but because I get to see you lovely people. So, yeah, back, yeah.
He's full of the charm now. That's where we get into it.
Yeah. Tuesday night will be different.
So, without much further ado, let's go into our season so far. So we know what
Sorry, gotta rate. Oh, that's tickle me that.
Kelly. Swash. What?
Kelly. For people listening back on audio, Kelly Howarth said that he reminds her of Joe Swash. Joe Swash is the former EastEnders actor who's going out with that woman who cleans people's houses.
Is that? What? I mean, what do you think? Is that a compliment? What do you think?
He's a very happy chap. He's a very happy chap. He is.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've got a lot in the past, right? No word of a lie. And there's a big story. I won't bore you all with it now, but I've had many a times, I don't know why, but I look like Freddie Flintoff, right?
No.
Don't ask me why. Me and my fiancée Amy went to Cyprus many years ago, and we actually fooled an actual group of people that I was his brother. And to this day, although we don't speak to him anymore or whatnot, they probably still remember, oh, do you remember the time he met Freddie Flintoff's brother? They probably still believe it. But that's what I used to get. Freddie Flintoff. Yeah.
Interesting. I think you remind me more of Joe Swash than Freddie Flintoff.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you'd go with me on the Flintoff one, not Swash.
That's tickled me that. Really good.
We know where we're at in the season, Matt. So sock it to us. Stevenage are flying high. Maybe not as high as you were. Maybe not as high as you were.
Speaking of poor form, Ange, take it away, Matt. Take it away.
Yeah, so look, guys, you know me. It's my favourite team. I love them, guys. I love them. They're just, my favourite team. No, do you know what? It's been it's been an unbelievable season for us. And really, it all stems back to the summer, really, guys. We went into the summer, and it was one of those kind of things with us where we've had 2 seasons in League One. Obviously, we had the first season under Mr. Evans. That was really successful, by the way. I mean, 9th, and then Alex Revell took over. And then last year was Alex Revell's first season. And really, that was just about consolidating, really. Just staying in the league. I mean, we know how difficult that division was last year. So I think coming into the summer and the preparations for this season, it was a bit of a start of a new, I say journey almost. It was, what do we want to become in League One? Do we want to be one of those sides that sit 14th, 15th, 16th and below and kind of tread water every season to stay up? Or do we want to evolve and become a Wickham and become a top half League One team? And that's what we wanted. That was the goal. So in the summer, it was the start of a new journey under this management. We kept the bulk of the squad and the spine of our squad that make us who we are, the Cole Piagianis, the Jamie Reeds, all of those players. But it was about creating a top half League One team. So, the signings we made in the summer, all top League One players. Jordan Houghton, who just played in the Championship for Plymouth, was their captain, won the league with them a couple of years ago. Chem Campbell, Philip Marshall, the list goes on. And we created that in the summer. So the goal really for us this season was to become a top half League One team, and then season on season, evolve, adapt, and pretty much just keep staying in the top half of League One. So this season we've done that. We had an unbelievable start. I think we thought we'd have a really good start, but when you're top after 4 matches, won all your games, you're kind of pinching yourself as us. Look, brilliant start, fantastic performances. The defence, unbelievable. I think we've still got the best defence in the division. Unbeaten at home all the way to December. It was absolutely magnificent. One loss, all the way up to October. And I think for us, it was, we were going to hit a patch sooner or later where, as teams do in this division, they suss you out a bit and you have to kind of adapt and evolve kind of with the division. That's what all the good sides do anyway. And we hit that period in November where we started playing teams, and it just seemed like teams started to suss us out and get a bit of a blueprint of how to play against us and nick results and, kind of I don't want to say make us play poorly, but you get my gist. So it's been a bit of a tough one the last couple of months. I think away from home, we've been able to change our system and structure and deploy different systems. And actually that's got us picking up points, playing really well, winning games again. We beat Stockport away 3-1. We played brilliantly at Cardiff. We've picked up some positive results away from home. But at home, we haven't had that kind of structural change yet. And our home form, oddly, because I know that we've got yourselves and Tuesday at home, is the one that's actually taken a little bit of the hit. We've got 3 draws in our last 4, I know. And that's actually been where we haven't been able to win a lot. Actually, our last home win was Luton at home in October. So we're at a point now where we need to make those changes structurally at home to start winning games and picking up points again. So, it's been I think our best season in many ways. And also we've hit a bit of a period at the minute, which has been a bit of a challenging period. However, we are still only 1 win from 5th. So it's not all bad. Had a bit of a ropey period, still 8th. We've got the window here, which we need for our recruitment in the final third, which is something that we need to do. but we get the right personnel in. I'm really confident that we can have a stab at the top 6.
Matt, how much has the busy Christmas period affected you with your squad? Do you think that's a part of the reason why you've gone on such a bit of a bad, well, yeah, I'd say bad run, to be fair, for the level of expectation that you probably got given the start you've had? Is that the reason why?
It's not, actually. So really simply, we actually had a game postponed over the Christmas New Year period. So the team actually had a full week off, I think from Cardiff to Luton. So actually, we did skip out a match day, which was supposed to be played against Leyton Orient. Sorry. So no, I wouldn't say it's been the hectic schedule. We've got a very fit group. It's really simply, it's just been the lack of goals and chance creation. And when we look at our squad, and I was saying this, I was on Gab Sutton's EFL debate earlier, and I said exactly the same thing to Gab. It's a case of, again, we've created this top half League One team, but we're this close to having a top 6 side. But why we're not there, why we're lacking to be there, is just certain personnel in the final third, along with Jamie Reid, that are going to score goals. So I would put that down to pretty much the reason why we're here.
They're the ones that cost them most as well, though, Matt, aren't they, the ones in the final third?
Yeah, they are, unfortunately.
Interesting.
Carl, I mean, we've just, obviously, we've spoke about, I'm pretty sure Matt keeps his eye on what we're doing. But we are away form. It's terrible.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Destined to be a 0-0 then. Brilliant. We'll take a point.
As far as we're concerned, I think like Matt's probably noticed, we're on a bit of a poor run of form at the moment. And with that comes obviously lots and lots and lots of pressure. But I think before we play Stevenage, of course, as we've just touched upon, we've got Wigan, and there's no better game, is there, like we said already, to kind of turn things around than a local game away from home. Of course, obviously, if you get 3 points and then go into the Stevenage game, it looks completely different, doesn't it? So I know it's a bit of a easy thing for me to say, but it's generally true, isn't it? Really. So we've got to cling on to something. I got to admit though, I wasn't at the game on Tuesday. I didn't watch it. I was in London, and I think from what I've read, and from what I've seen, it's not really very optimistic, given that last performance. So
it was dire.
That's a concern.
So shall we go and see what the Statman's got to say about Stevenage?
Good.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Guess That On with the Statman for the second time this evening, of course. And today we're going to preview the game against Stevenage on Tuesday night. Now, of course, they are playing Exeter City this weekend before your game. And of course, you're playing Wigan, as previewed literally about 20 seconds ago. But we're going to preview them anyway, so just bear it in mind with the stats, etc. Of course, you're playing them at Stevenage, but their home form isn't too different to their away form, to be fair. They've played 10 games at home and picked up 19 points, and they've picked up 18 points away from home. So, it's not a massive difference. They do not massively prefer playing at home, which is good for you until you hear the next stat, because your away form is simply rubbish, right? Absolutely shocking. At the time of recording, before the incredibly short trip to Wigan, you've played 12 away games in League One and picked up, have a guess, how many points do you reckon? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 11. That is poor, isn't it? That is bad. Not to take the Michael or anything, but that is poor. Especially when comparing it to your own form, because you've actually picked up 28 points from 13 games at the tough sheet, which is title-winning form, dare I say it. So just get good away from home. That's all you've got to do. It's all weird. But let's have a look at Stevenage, shall we? Move away from yourselves. They usually set up in a bit of a 4-2-3-1 formation, but as with pretty much every team in England's third tier, it is quite fluid. The right back, Luther James Wilding, however you say it. He likes to get forward and join the attack, holding the width on the right side, as does Lewis Freestone, who is, of course, the left back. So the full-backs get forward, basically. Not always at the same time, but they do get forward and hold the width. This means the wingers can tuck inside and play very, very central. So you've got everyone in a half space. Beautiful stuff. We love to see it. But this would be really good for a possession-heavy team, because it would mean they actually have like a pentagonal shape in the middle of the park and they could just ping it left, right and centre, intricate passes, and they're just gone. But Stevenage do not dominate possession in the slightest. In fact, they only average 43.7% possession per game this season. That's a lot of... Anyway, that ranks them 21st in the league for that metric, so it's not brilliant, is it? They do not dominate the ball. Just to go on that again, they're also second bottom for accurate passes per match with 190. So yeah, they do not dominate the ball. But one thing they do, I said do, my bad. They like to put the ball into the box from the wide areas, which you can expect when the fullbacks get forward. They're 12th in the league for accurate crosses, which I get 12 doesn't sound great. But when they're so, sit off so much and they play it so fast, that's pretty good. So you've got to be good in the wide areas. You have got to stop the crosses coming in. And if they do come in, you've got to get them straight out. Big winners at the back. But it's not really their attacking strengths that have got them to 8th in League One at the time of recording. It is their blooming incredible defensive record, to put it frankly. Stevenage have just conceded 20 goals all season before the game against Exeter, obviously. But still, 20 goals! That is, believe it or not, that's the lowest all season. That is mega. And their goalkeeper, he doesn't make a brilliant saves a game. He only makes 1.9, which is the second lowest. So how on earth do they not concede so many, Statman? Well, you're not going to like this, I'm afraid. They've got a pretty good block. They're very hard to break down. Is that good news for yourselves? Is it? No. You cannot break down a low block, especially away from home, so you're in a bit of trouble. Just to show how impressive they are, Huddersfield have scored the most goals in League One this season, but only scored one in their game against Stevenage at home at the start of the season. Cardiff have scored the second most, but just took 4 shots on target in their game against Stevenage. It's very good. Their block is very, very, very good. And if you come out of this game with a result, it's going to have to be a team performance. It cannot be a moment of individual, but well, it could. It could. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're actually going to score a good goal, which isn't just a screamer from 40 yards out, it will have to be a very good team performance. And that is something we've not seen in a while. Or is it? Who knows? You might have just absolutely played Wigan off the park. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the show once again, and I'm sure you'll see you for the reviews of both Wigan and Stevenage very soon. Goodbye.
I love the stat man, but today...
Where did you get him from? He's brilliant.
Do you love him? Do you love him? You can't have him.
Where have you pulled him out from the woodwork? He's something else, that lad. He's brilliant.
He's bringing us bad news after bad news, though, tonight on the show.
Yeah.
It gets worse and worse.
I loved him. I thought he was brilliant. He's a real asset to the show.
Oh, he is. He knows he's...
What about in the accuracy of what he's saying, Matt? Did you pick up on any points of reference at all?
A lot of what he said was pretty factual. I mean, he said about our I'll tell you what made me laugh. He said about our fullbacks getting forward. Let me tell you, Lewis Freestone doesn't really get forward. like Lou is a centre-back player, left-back pretty much. But he can get forward, but Lou defensively is brilliant. But yeah, no, I think what he was pretty much saying was pretty bang on. We do play the 4-2-3-1 is the system that we have deployed at the start of the season, and that's a system that we've continuously played at home. Then that's kind of been the formation that we've changed away to start picking up points again. So yeah, he's bang on with that. Obviously, the defensive stats only conceded 20, best in the league at the minute. And I think the reason why again, we've conceded some of the fewest shots and the defence is so good. It's just the way that we set up in the system that we do and the personnel we have. There's some really top players. You look at the back line, you see Charlie Good there, who's having probably one of his best seasons for quite a few years. And with us, he's having a brilliant season, Charlie. You've got Cole Picciani, you've got Luther Wilding at right back, Lewis Freestone left back. You've got the players in front of that back line, players like Jordan Houghton and Harvey White and Dan Phillips and Louis Thompson. There's some real household names at this level there. So it's the personnel. I think he's somewhat kind of nailed it all there. The possession stats, we're not heavy on. We don't average a very high percentage of possession in our games. We have done in some games, but generally speaking, the average is somewhat very low. I'd say he's pretty much got it bang onto a tee. I just love the way that he put it. It was brilliant.
He's very animated. He's young. He's got loads of energy.
I just say, could you imagine a podcast with me and him?
You and him.
Sorry. That needs to get booked.
We'll make that pay-per-view.
Wow, that would be. Yeah. I think we should. How the Zone now charge, people to watch their events. I feel like the Fan Zone pod should do a pay-per-view event and get me and him on that. That would be incredible, by the way. Wow, what a podcast. Yeah, I love
it. The longest podcast ever.
Oh, my God. Do you imagine it? 3-hour stint. People believe it, Aaron.
Talking about longest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the injury update. First to say, we've not got too much on the injury front. Col will just give you a little quick update as to what we think's happening with the injuries.
I'll be honest with you, Matt. I'm not really sure. I think we were saying to Corey before you came on, the Wigan fan. Obviously, we played Wigan before you guys on Tuesday. We've been pretty blessed, really, over the busy period with a lack of injuries, really. But I think that's been to kind of our detriment, in all honesty. I think Steven Schumacher, as a result of that, has been swapping and changing the team around quite a lot, which has contributed to certain players not going on runs of forms that they might hope for and dips of forms as individuals, which I think is having a real effect on our form in recent weeks. So crazy to think that not having injuries could affect you, but it actually has, because we've got such a big squad, and obviously squad that could essentially play. We could essentially play two teams in League One, in fairness. I think we've obviously tried to deal with that by getting rid of a few players. Obviously, Josh Deckers-Cogley's just gone to Stockport. Will Forrest has obviously gone to Leyton Orient. Victor Adebayo's gone to Mansfield. So we're a bit lighter. Obviously, sent Teddy Sharman Law back as well to Chelsea. And Tyler Miller is going back to the US. So we're a bit lighter, but yeah, we've still not got many injuries. So yeah, no real concerns on that front.
Do you want to fill us in? Hopefully, you've got a lot of injuries, Matt, that we don't know about.
I hate to say it, but we don't really have loads. I mean, there's only a few that come to mind. Philip Marshall, our goalkeeper, took a little bit of a knock against Luton, but he's fine. It was one of them, when your keeper comes out to catch the ball and someone accidentally goes underneath him and he lands on his hip or something like that. It was one of those. So I'd call it more of a bruise than anything. So I think he's going to be fine for our game at Exeter on Saturday, which is a huge one for us. Other ones, really, Dan Butler, who is it's really weird with us. He was our starting left back, Dan, obviously real top League One level player. He's been out injured. I think he's got another month and a half, 2 months left until he's back. And then our other left back, Saxon Early, has also taken a knock as well. So those two have been out injured for about a month and a bit. And that's why Lewis Freestone's playing at left back. But Lou's been Oh, get him! I had to deal with him, but now I'm joking. He's buzzing, by the way. So I said his team would get promoted. So we're in good.
Hey.
Hello,
People
mate.
listening on audio, Jake Tonga's joined us for the prediction element. So I'm gonna kick him out for this little bit while we do the injury update, but he's gonna come back for the predictions. All right.
Back in your box.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. You know what? I love him. Do you know what? Me and him, we are getting on so well at the moment because I said Lincoln would finish second and he said we'd nick a playoff spot and finish sixth. So me and him have got a real bromance going on at the minute. I can't wait to speak to him. But yeah, no, that is pretty much it on the injury front, to be honest with you. Jordan Roberts has just returned from injury. He played at Luton. So, yeah, I've got to be honest, guys. When it comes down to injuries, we don't really have a lot. It's literally the two left backs and Philip Marshall in goal, who should be back for the game against yourselves on Tuesday.
Shall we just skip player swap and get Jake in and we'll do the predictions then?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I like some Stevenage players, but I'd like to steal.
like?
Can we not do it?
Who would you like?
Should we get him in for what's the score and then we'll go back to player swap?
Well, so we can get rid of him.
No, he can stay if he wants. Do you want to swap some players of yours, Jake? Go on then, let's do player swap. Bring him in, let him play.
Let him play. You sure?
Go on.
Go on then.
Here he comes.
Bad idea, Ange. Bad idea.
Yes. Get in here.
Gentlemen, let's have some order. So obviously you're gonna swap a Stevenage player for your own team's player, and then Matt, you're gonna do the reverse. Take a Bolton player.
God, this is terrible. This because I just wouldn't swap any of my boys. I'm sorry, guys.
You don't have to give us one. You don't have to give us one. You just have to take one. Just take a player.
Okay. No, I'll play it properly.
Go on, Colin. You start and show them how it's done.
I'll be honest with you. I think there's a common theme in mine over the last few weeks, and the goalkeeper situation for us is really, really concerning. Obviously, before these two not so beautiful lads joined us this evening, we had obviously Wigan preview, and I stole Mr. Tickle from Wigan, and the goalkeeper at Stevenage is another one that impresses me. So my choice would be Philip Marshall, if I'm honest with you. I think he's very consistent in his performances. I think he's a big contributor as to why Stevenage are so far up the division, I think, as well, in terms of clean sheets and general performances, I think are pretty good. So, yeah, Philip Marshall will be my choice over Reedy, as Matt likes to call him.
I love that.
Jake, do you want to go next?
Well, in terms of what Stevenage player I would have for Bolton.
Yeah, no, for you.
I'm not bothered about us. I'll tell you who Bolton could have.
All right, go on then. Who do we need? Who do Bolton need?
Well, by the looks of your
defending, I mean the entire squad.
By looking at Richard Taylor's defending on midweek, I'd probably say you need a left back. And Matt's been hyping up Lewis Freestone. I think he'd be a really smart investment for Bolton Wanderers. He's not very old. He's left-footed. He's like Taylor, can play left-sided centre-back and left-back. He's not the most mobile, but he definitely doesn't do that sort of stuff that Richard Taylor was doing against Rotherham. So
nobody does that stuff.
I would honestly think you guys should look at someone like Lewis Freestone, but obviously you guys have got millions of pounds to throw at whoever you want, really, because you're big bad Bolton Wanderers, aren't you, Cole? So you have who you like, can't you?
There's a goalkeeper at your little club that won't mind looking at in the summer, to be fair. So maybe that would.
I don't think he's going to step down a league to join Bolton, mate. To be honest,
I can't believe you're also cocky after just half a season. To be fair, well, I actually know I can believe it. To be honest with you, plenty of time to go, pal. Plenty of time to go.
Plenty of points to be in front of you now.
I was going to take Piergiani because I feel we lack leadership on that pitch. So he was my shout.
Leave him alone.
We need him. We need your captain. I'm taking him. Matt, who are you having from the Wanderers?
Well, do you know what? So it's been well documented that we would love, along with Jamie Reid, a goal scorer or somebody that's going to score goals and create chances. So looking at Bolton's squad, Do you know what? I actually really like Goza Dubry. I think he's really, really good. I think he's a fantastic talent. But do you know what? Who I'd actually quite like to see Burstow.
I thought you were going to say John McAtee.
He was the other name as well.
Yeah, I could see McAtee at Stevenage, to be honest.
I could too. It would be one of those forward players. I'll go for. See, I quite like Mason Burstow. I think he's quite.
Not scored since October, Farley.
I know, but in the right system.
He ain't getting fed either, so it's not all his fault. And he did score, but it got disallowed. So
he did, to be fair. Yeah, and shouldn't have.
You know what? Actually, yeah, I think I'll go for. I'll go for McAtee. Yeah,
I'll sway him. I'll drive him down.
Bit rugged.
Right. I reckon at this time of night I can get down to yours in about 3.5 hours. So I'll pick him up and drop him off for you. I'll be there for about midnight.
I feel like we could rekindle his love for footy almost. I feel like, bit of an hard worker. Yeah, that McAtee.
Rumoured to be on 10 grand a week though. So if you can afford that, then fill your boots.
No, you keep him. You keep him. We'll stick with the delight that's Beryl Labala.
Right, we're gonna get into trouble off HR if we don't move along. So we'll hit the last segment, which of course is our prediction segment. Everything, fellas.
Angie's giving me. Yeah, she will. You're giving me like school teacher vibes here. Like you're trying to put us all in some kind of.
I'm in my work mode, aren't I?
You are, aren't you? Yeah.
I love her. I think she's great. She is. I don't think I've ever met you either. I think you're great.
I met you at Wembley, Matt.
Yeah, you did, Matt. Yeah, we were all still on Wembley Way, and Andrew was there. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, I do remember it. Yeah.
So you're great, Ange, but you're not that great.
No, I'm very forgettable.
I do remember you. Yes,
you were so mesmerised by Timbo's jeans. It was unbelievable.
Yes, those jeans.
Yeah,
that was a great day. I know for you guys,
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. We had a great time, Farley, didn't we?
Yeah, me and Jake, a few beers.
Oh, you bet you had a great day, yeah. So yeah, what's the score of the Doors on Tuesday night?
Oh my God, who's doing the honours? You want me to do the honours?
I don't play this game.
Let Jake go first.
Yeah, let's go with Jake.
Can both teams lose? That'd be I think to be selfish, which I am, obviously, I think I'm going to go for a draw. Stevenage draw a lot of games at home 1-1 at the minute. And actually, I think this is a point that Stevenage probably would take because it's Bolton. They're a team they're trying to chase down. They don't want them to get too far ahead of them. 1-1, I think. And maybe Cozy Dubry might finally score a goal again.
That'd be nice. I'd take that.
Outside the box, Leighton Orient away style. Bring it on.
Good old days.
Been a while.
I will go. I think it's difficult in it because obviously it's a game before the one we play at the weekend. So, a lot of it does depend on that because I think if we were to go and beat Wigan, then we'll go to Stevenage and win. But if we don't beat Wigan, we can go to Stevenage and lose. Or that's the tricky bit. So I think I would certainly take. I would certainly take. It's tricky, isn't it?
You take 4 from these two, Cole, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would absolutely. Yeah, so I'll go hopefully for a Wigan win and a Stevenage draw. I'll go 1-1. Yeah,
it's a very sensible way of thinking of the next 2 matches, Colin. Proud of you.
Unlike me.
How did you go? You've not been yet, have you?
Do you know what? So I
know what's coming.
So yeah. What 4-0 win? No, I'm gonna be really. No, I think we're at a point now where it's time for winning again. We've had 2 wins in 13, and both those wins have been away, and we haven't won at home since we beat Luton, which was October. So it's time for winning now for us. And I think with new personnel coming into the team, I think tomorrow. I think I've heard. Do you know what? I really fancy it at home next week. I know Bolton. I know you guys have struggled a little bit recently.
A lot away. A lot.
Yeah, I know.
2 wins, that's it.
I really feel with like new personnel, no, we're at that point now where we've got to start winning, and I think we'll see a big response from our lot at Exeter on the weekend. I'm feeling like it will be a really, really close game. I'm going to go a 1-0 win, and don't be surprised if it's a really ugly sort of game on Tuesday night. But I think we'll win the game. I think we'll win, but I think it'll be really close.
Just a quick question before we shoot, and just ready to wrap it up because we're over an hour for both episodes. But obviously, you guys have got Exeter away on Saturday.
Yeah.
Listen, I know my geography is not great, but I do know that it's not the closest geographical fixture. I know it's a good 4 hours at least, I think, down to Exeter from Stevenage. So do you think that'll have much of an effect on the players? Obviously, are you guys going to be staying over? Is it going to be there and back job? What generally is the rule of thumb on that one?
No, it won't affect them at all. I mean, it's part and parcel of being a professional footballer. You're going to travel to games and then have games on a Tuesday. You know, these lads have been doing it their whole careers. So, no, it won't have any effect at all. The team will stay Friday night. They'll go down tomorrow. They'll stay. And then they'll come back straight after the match on Saturday, and then they'll probably be back training Monday morning, probably. Sorry,
have you had any miles put in recent weeks? As that, generally that type of thing does have an effect, or
I guess if
straws.
He's desperate, isn't he? He's desperate to win.
I know. I tell you what. No, do you know what? I think if the schedule was Saturday, Tuesday for a good 5-6 weeks, and I'd be sitting here going, it might play a part against yourselves Tuesday, but in reality, the team have played one game in 2 weeks, so it won't be. It won't have an impact at all. We're staying down Saturday night, which will be good fun, But no, in terms of the team, no, it shouldn't have an effect whatsoever.
Are you seeing these straws we're clutching at here?
No, Jesus Christ, by the way. I don't think I've had someone go to me, yes, do you think the travel will affect the game on the Tuesday?
I've just Google Maps and...
I love that. I'm all here for it. Do you know what, right? Well, I was gonna say there might be a dubious suspect of popping the tyres on the way home. Who's done that, by the way? To come down
fireworks outside the hotel Friday night.
Yeah, you know, that sort of stuff. I know exactly the suspect who could have popped the players' tyres on the way home. Don't know why he's doing all the way down here, though, but maybe.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to have to draw the show to a close. It has been a pleasure. Thank you both for joining us. And Matt.
Sorry, Ange. Sorry. The reason why I was delaying it, there's for a good reason, to be honest with you. I just thought I'd just do a little bit of something whilst these two guys are with us, just for a bit of banter. So I was kind of delaying. I was delaying it because I was kind of hoping to share something with you, but it's not kind of working. But never mind. I was trying to create an image of these two using AI.
Oh, you've had a busy week, haven't you? You've had a busy week.
And that's why I was delaying it. I wasn't asking whether or not the travel's going to affect it. I was trying to delay it.
You were stalling.
I was stalling. That's exactly what I was
doing. I'm not going to help you.
But I was thinking, this must be going somewhere here. There must be something. But Cole must be kind of monologuing something here because there's something definitely happening on the
You could see the cogs turning, couldn't you?
Yeah, I was thinking...
Ever so slowly, but it was there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, before we do end, just a big thanks to our sponsors, B2B Workwear. You head over onto their page to see what they can do for you if you need any sort of... I think they do all sorts of workwear on there, to be fair. But if you're in a high vis or anything like that, when you go and pop in tyres.
By the way, can I just throw in there sponsorship? Look at this. I tell you what, this is what we're dreaming to have. Wow.
And not just any sponsorship, they also sponsor the club. So
what?
Go us.
Yeah.
We're very proud. You might be able to get some kit that you don't know how to work, like these guys.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to the 109 people who tuned in tonight to watch this rather exciting episode.
What an absolute episode this has been, by the way.
It's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for coming on, boys. And we'll see you next time. Ta-ra.
See you, guys.
See you in a month, everyone.
ya. Boys.